The title of this English learning podcast is The Life and Legacy of Princess Diana. Hey everyone, welcome back to the Simply English podcast. Today, we're diving into the story of a woman who captured the hearts of millions. A woman who redefined royalty, compassion, and strength. Yes, I'm talking about Princess Diana. Even after all these years, people still feel connected to her. Why? Because she wasn't just a princess. She was real. She loved deeply, she hurt deeply, and she cared deeply. And today, we're going to talk about her life, her struggles, her kindness, and the incredible legacy she left behind. To help me on this journey, I have my good friend John here. John, tell me, what's the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear Princess Diana?
Oh, wow, Sarah. Where do I even start? Grace, kindness, heartbreak, strength. She was so much more than just a royal. And honestly, every time I think about her story, I feel this mix of awe and sadness.
Exactly. Her life was beautiful, but also tragic. So let's start from the very beginning. Before she became the most photographed woman in the world, before the fame, before the heartbreak, who was Diana?
Great question. Most people forget that Diana wasn't born a princess, baby. She was born Diana Frances Spencer in 1961. Her parents' divorce had a huge impact on her. She wasn't a top student, but she loved music, dance, and, most importantly, helping people. She actually dreamed of becoming a ballet dancer, but unfortunately, she was too tall for professional ballet. And then, at just 19 years old, she was thrown into a life she never expected.
Okay, let's talk about that moment. The royal wedding of the century. 1981. Millions of people watched as this shy, beautiful 20-year-old walked down the aisle in a dress straight out of a dream.
Oh, and that dress. 25 feet of silk, pearls, and lace. It looked like something from a fairy tale.
Exactly. The world saw a prince and a princess, and everyone thought, wow, this is a love story for the ages. But behind closed doors, it wasn't a love story at all.
Yeah, this is where the heartbreak begins. Even before the wedding, there were rumors of Charles's affair with Camilla. Diana later said she knew her marriage was doomed from the start. She went from a hopeful young woman to a lonely princess trapped in a life she never imagined. Diana, the people's princess.
But John, here's what makes Diana different from any other royal. She didn't let her struggles define her. Instead of just following royal traditions, she did something no one had ever done before. She connected with people. She hugged AIDS patients when people were too afraid to even shake hands. She walked through minefields to bring awareness to victims. She spent time with the homeless, the sick, and the forgotten. She wasn't just waving from a royal carriage. She was kneeling down, holding hands, and looking people in the eye. And I think that's why the world loved her so much.
Absolutely, she once said. I don't just want to be a princess. I want to be a queen in people's hearts. And that's exactly what she became.
The tragic end that shocked the world. And then, the moment that broke the world's heart. August 31st, 1997. Paris. A car crash. Diana was gone.
I remember that day. The whole world just stopped. People flooded the streets in tears. Outside Buckingham Palace, thousands of flowers piled up. It wasn't just grief. It felt like the world had lost a friend. And you know what hurts the most? She was finally starting to find happiness. After leaving the royal family, she was focusing on herself, her sons, and her passion for helping others. But life had other plans. Diana's legacy lives on.
But John, even though she's gone, her legacy is still alive today. Prince William and Prince Harry continue her humanitarian work. She changed the way the royal family connects with the public. People still look up to her as a symbol of kindness and courage. She may have left us too soon, but she left behind something eternal.
Exactly. That's why people still call her the people's princess. Because she wasn't perfect. She was human. And that's why we loved her.
All right, John, if you had to pick one lesson from Diana's life, what would it be?
That's a tough one. But I'd say, use your voice for good. Diana never stayed silent. Whether it was mental health, AIDS awareness, or landmine victims, she spoke up. If you're learning English, speak up. Don't be afraid to make mistakes. If you want to make a difference, start with kindness. If you're struggling, remember, even a princess struggled. But she turned her pain into purpose.
That's beautiful. And I want to end with one of Diana's most powerful quotes. Carry out a random act of kindness with no expectation of reward, safe in the knowledge that one day someone might do the same for you. Wow. This episode really touched my heart. Diana's story is a reminder that kindness never goes out of style. To everyone listening, if this episode moved you, share it with someone. And tell us in the comments, what's one way you can bring kindness into the world today? Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making the world a better place.